I think yes. We have two agencies appearing before us, like the Bank of Industry and the Bank of Agriculture. Seated before the committee is Bank of Industry. The brief on Bank of Industry. The Bank of Industry is appearing before the committee on the General's report for the year ended 31st December 2015. The bank has two queries raised against it in paragraph 7.38A to B of the above report. Thank you, sir.
It's our internal statement. We also attached the Access Bank, photo of the statement from the bank also was attached. This was a summary to make it easier for you to follow our argument.
Let's rely on the Access Bank statement so that you direct us to where you made the transfer to TS. But the Yomi statement cannot pass for an evidence of transfer. That's your statement. It's the same thing as what you have told us that you made the transfer, but we need an evidence of the transfer so that this will satisfy the facts.
I'm sure the Attorney General Office will confirm receipt of funds. $129 million transfer to RTGS. Another 138 million transfer.
Where? Please, can you start?
Page 26, I believe.
26.
26. There's one withdrawals.
26 of 28.
Yes.
Yeah, the first to where?
That towards the second to the last line there. There's 129,483. I'm just looking at these statements. Bank statements. But like I said, it can be confirmed by the Office of the Attorney General whether the money was received by them or not.
Sure, my word.
You know, just take us as laymen. What you have here, it's on 23rd of December 2015. There was a transaction with transaction reference number, and the value date is the same day for 129,483,02947. Right? That's the transaction you're referring to.
Yes, I was just, like I said,
And your response is that 165,456 was transferred to TSA. There's still nothing there to show where that fund was transferred to, whether it was TSA, and it does not also tally with the actual amount.
Honorable Chairman, I think the person that can answer that question is whether they got money from us on that date or not. But
The person who paid,
You who alleges truth.
we transferred the money.
Where is the
The
proof?
money we appear in their own account.
Mr.
So that is not our own account.
and will
Just-
there be a debit? Will there be a debit on your account?
MD,
Yes, sir.
did you pay cash?
No.
Mr. Chairman, cash, then there should be proof.
I will go.
MD,
Yes, sir.
your mind. That's if you carry money.
You are by your statement, internal statement you gave to us for clarity. Say you may transfer to TSA on the 20th of October 2015
Yes, sir.
from your Access Bank account. And there is no transaction so recorded on your statement of account on the 20th of October. And this account, this said account we are talking about, is still functional till the end of 2015. In fact, on the 20th of November, 1 month after, there was lodgement of 127 million. Lodgement, not withdrawal. 1 month after you are transferred. Then December, as at December, the account is still functional. With now from your claim on that 23rd, you made withdrawal of 129. So as a professional, now we are not talking as laymen, you as a professional, advise us if those transactions are in tandem with what you are claiming that on the 20th you transferred money to TSC. Well, it's supposed to be clearly evident on the bank statement that that money moved on the 20th of October. Thank you. And in fact, another thing, even from this year's statement, you said what you got out of the 2.something billion was 780. MD, I don't know if you are with me.
I'm following you.
But your opening balance here is 700 million. Access Bank number 1. This you win, some of this you win document you gave to us. Or this document here. The opening balance number 1 item, Access Bank, is 700 million. You are accounting for why you say 780 you got.
The statement is 780.
I'm saying the money is given to us, the document is explaining to us.
Honorable Issa, do you want to assume the position of MD?
So I don't know this disparity. What is responsible, sir?
Thank you very much, sir. As per Access Bank account, and it shows CBN payment, order of Ministry of Finance. That is page 1 of page 28.
The investment statement.
Yes, sir.
On the-
No, on the Access Bank statement, the first entry there, 22nd of May.
And go back to
2012.
your investment statement. That is before us. The investment statement, you win fund investment statement.
That's it, sir. If we are looking, let me go through either the bank statement or this one, because this is an extract that the bank took out and gave to me. When we are looking at the Access Bank statement, what this one is showing is that the money that came in was 780 million on 22nd of May 2012. And then if you look at the same Access Bank statement, it shows that the transfer to the TSC account was in December, which I have to verify from the bank. If you add together the 129 million of 23rd December, that is page 26 of 28. Page 26 of 28, there's a figure there, RTGS, the Outer Bank of Industry. There's a debit entry there. And then you add it to the other debit entry that we have on page 27 or page 28, which is 32 that same day, another debit of 38,429,420. If you add the two together, you will get the balance that is sent to TSA plus accrued interest, which means the interest for November and December were there. So this is higher than the figure in the paper that I was referring to.
No, just as a follow-up. As a follow-up.
Honorable members, MD.
Yes, sir.
The one that we produced, they are your documents. All we have here, the bank statement, the summary sheet, they are all your documents. So if they contradict each other, you cannot choose and pick. We look at the two, we look at every paper that is here. Now, the transactions, can you, honorable members, let him take the transactions again so that we can add them together. You have referred us to page 26 of 28. The first is 129,483, 02947, RTGS, Bank of Industry. Right?
Yes, sir. Page 26
Of 28.
of 28.
Which is the next
On
one?
the 23rd, yeah. And then look at page 27 of 28. Page 26 of 28 shows transfer of 129,483, 029.47 of 38,429,420.67. That gives the balance on that account plus accrued interest.
Mr. Chairman.
The accrued interest.
For the balance of the money, that will be about
sir, we're waiting to hear from you.
For that period, October to December, about 2.4 million.
For how much? 2.4 million in
For the 2 months.
interest.
For the 2 months. Because we're looking at October figure that will
Okay,
give
the
it
accrued
here.
interest does not, it won't just fall from heaven. Can you take us through your bank statement and show us where that interest is?
No, because it's from what we have said. You have to go through from page 1 to page 28. Because
You said for 2 months.
Answer the chairman directly.
I've answered.
You said
No,
the
answer the
interest is for 2 months. That's what you just said.
Because the paper that I was initially I spoke about said we paid October, but it's showing that it went in December. So that is why the figure here is higher than the figure we reported to you.
MD will have agreed with you. Now you said accrued interest is 2 million.
From that
For the 2
October
months.
to yes, that is what
Now
I
you have your statement with
yes,
you,
Yes, sir.
which covers the 2 months.
Yes.
Show us the interest as
It is-
reflected there
it
for
is
the 2
there.
months.
When you add the two together, sir, you get 167.
No.
The 2 you are talking about,
Yeah.
those are transfers you made.
Yes, sir.
And
That
you
is
said
no
that
transfer.
includes the interest.
Yes, sir.
Where did you get your credit for the 2 million interest in your account within the 2 months?
Okay. When you look at page 26 or 28. On the 21st of December, there is interest of 92,000 naira. 92,238.92. That's one interest.
9.
There's another interest on the.
We are following you.
Okay, sir. Then the 26.
26 or 28.
There's 982,238.92. That's interest
982,000.
on the 21st of December. Then the following page, page 27, there's another interest of about 1.9 million naira.
900.
1.9 million naira. The first entry on that page. Small debits that we reduce that a little bit. But aside from that, that's why there's an extra interest charge.
Mr. Chairman.
Delay?
That's 2.9 million.
Yes,
And what you
it's
transferred is what you transferred is 2.455. If you have at all transferred, it's 2.455. But the interest, adding the 2 will give you 2.917.
the interest accumulated, the
MD.
figures that we transferred.
MD.
Yes, sir.
You have told us that you're new.
Yes, sir.
Now, take it easy. Look at your document again. Let's take only page 26. Only page 26 or 28.
Yes, sir.
Which is the first interest that you got, 98.1. That was credit interest capitalized on 30th of September. Now if you go further, on 21st of October, you have 1,141,000, which is interest. You go down to 20th of November, you have 1,151,000, which is also interest. Before you get to the one you directed us to on 21st, you have 982, which is also interest. That is just on that page. So these other interests, where did you pay them? You kept those ones, you choose and pick the ones to pay, or we have not looked at other pages. If you go through the pages for the 2 months and pick all the interest payments, you will see that it's far above the 2 million you're talking about.
The CFO will talk to that.
Honorable about these accounts that we're reviewing, they are primarily and solely for UWIN. It's not BOI, it's not a BOI balance sheet. We treated it as off balance sheet item because the standards say we should not merge it with our own fund. When TSA instruction was given in 2015, the bank moved they swept the balances on all the accounts. They swept it to TSA account. So the balances, what we're trying to reconcile, what I'm trying to say is this. What we're trying to pull apart here may not be feasible, because what was swept was the balance in the account as at that date, sir.
So our concern is, if what was swept is a wrong balance, what if you have been using the monies from your win for other projects, and then at the end of the day, what you had left in that account was what was swept, using your own words.
Thank
so
you very
need to convince us that the money you got was judiciously used, and at the end of the day, using your own words, what was swept is exactly what ought to be swept.
Good, sir. Sir, that was why, when we're sending this schedule, we have a complete full set of account for UWIN. The 780 was treated, we have an account for it. This document, sir.
Is the account different from the balance you have given to us?
No, this was one of the documents we forwarded to the committee, sir.
We are aware, we have that, but the Access Bank balance which you gave to us, is it different?
It's part and parcel of the account that we
It
have.
should even be the comprehensive account. Because this other document was prepared by you.
Yes, but when
And this one is your account statement from Access Bank.
you are right,
So
sir.
which do you want us to rely on?
All the documents we have forwarded, they are part and parcel of the records of UWIN. Now, sir, this document, sir, maybe I should clarify.
Mr. Chairman, by the answer given here, I read, out of the total amount here marked to be disbursed under the UWIN program, only the sum of 780 million was released to the Bank of Industry. The records of the disbursement and the balance of 165 million was eventually transferred to TSA on 20th October 2015. I have no issue with that. Mr. Chairman, but as a layman, I'm not a banker. The opening balance here is 780. Mr. Chairman, that is the amount you said they received. What we are supposed to see if they have received 780 is to see the disbursement till we get to the balance of 165. Mr. Chairman, I am worried as a layman. Why do we now have lodgements? Where are these lodgements coming from? If the opening balance is 780. Then I need to be put on track. Opening balance 780, which is the amount he said was all they had. Mr. Chairman, in page 26 of 28, let's get there quickly. I'm not talking about interest. I'm talking of lodgement, subsequent lodgement. Where are all these lodgements coming from? If the opening balance is 780. And if you had a balance of 165, why split it when you are doing your transfer to TSA, when the instruction is mop up all and transfer to TSA? These are issues that I need to be clarified on as a layman that is not an accountant.
Okay, can you respond to that? We are not seeing you, you are not there. The only person here is the Chief Accounting Officer, your MD. We can only hear your voice, but we are not seeing you. So when you speak, you are speaking through the MD.
No problem, sir.
Unless you want to speak as somebody who is part of the public hearing.
No problem, sir. Thank you. Sir, the bank, we submitted this document, sir. I will suggest that because it will answer all the questions. These documents are records of source and application of the fund. That is how the fund came in, who got what, and the interest at each interval, and what was the balance at the end. This document explains everything. The difference between this document and bank statement, sir, is this. The bank statement will not disclose individual disbursement because disbursements are done maybe in batches. So,
Sorry, which document are you referring to?
this one, sir, this
The
document,
one with names?
this one that has names of beneficiaries.
Which is your response to your first query? That is the response to your first query.
No, sir.
Second one.
It's second one, sir. It's second one, sir.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. One of the access back statement of account. The first item there under lodgement is 780 million, which he said they got. So, Mr. Chairman, having got 780, which they have attested to in their answer to, Mr. Chairman, if we go down, the first deduction withdrawal is 2 million or 2,000 naira for checkbook. Mr. Chairman, they had 100 naira. They had 22,550,000. Mr. Chairman, if we get back to 14/08/2012, they had withdrawn 705 million something. I don't know whether we are following. Having a balance of only 51 point something million. Mr. Chairman, when we go down, we see the balance. My question is, having withdrawn all this money, which is for the purpose of disbursement, how come they had a balance after they had withdrawn?
Maybe they are paying back.
Or those people are paying back? Okay, if they are paying back, why after 165 you still have other lodgements? I need to be explained, and it's referring me to another document. It's confusing me the more. I'm a layman, I'm not an accountant.
Let's get the explanation.
This statement and this document. Sir, on this document, let me take you through. Maybe by that time, we'll be clear about how. On the 22 of May 2012, which agree with the bank statement, 780 million was received by Bank of Industry. The two documents agree with respect to that information. Subsequently, we have the names of the beneficiaries, and this is how it works out. The ministry, the supervising ministry, sent us the list of the beneficiaries, and they are the ones that authorize beneficiaries. We are just fund holder. They send it to us. We pay according to their schedule in batches, not according to each beneficiaries. So what we see in Access Bank statement, sir, is purely the numbers will be seen in the debit or withdrawal. They will not correlate with this, sir, because they are in batch. What you see here is they are batches disbursements. What you will see here are individual names, which we can verify from the
08/2012.
For what page?
Front page. You have withdrawal 705 202 312.14.
What document are you referring to?
Access Bank.
Access Bank statement.
They had a withdrawal from their account where this money was domiciled. They had the need for it. They withdrew. Now, Mr. Chairman, go to the second page after that. And look at 5th 05/09/2012. They locked exactly that money back to the account.
Okay, sir, let me answer that, sir. It's very, you have an inflow of about 780 million naira. If all of that money is not needed at the first time, you place the money to make more interest. So the money was placed, it was taken here, and then when it matured in September, the money was brought back, and then you see the second line after that, it showed the interest on that money.
Chairman, just as a follow-up. clearly even from this year detailed statements from this paper here.
Yes, sir.
Everything ended on the 30th of October 2015 with the balance of a negative balance of 10.15. Then go to the bank statement. After that date, you still have all these big figures. After sweeping your account with the negative balance as at 30th of October. We have transactions in November, both lodgement, interest, and others up to December 2015. How come after sweeping your account with a negative balance, you still have those transactions?
CBN current accounts. This account up to this Access Bank account of UWIN has not been closed even up to now. This account. But the balance that we're talking about were moved from the CBN current account. Like I said before, sir, we can provide the evidence of the CBN statements that moved this money. We can provide it because there are funds that were moved and were moved is in TSA. So we can provide this, sir.
No, what, excuse me, Chairman, as a follow-up, what is asking the negative balance? But the bank statement in your own detailed computation, but in the bank statement, as at 30th December 2015, we still have, yes, 23rd, we still have the 129, and 30th, we still have a positive balance. How do you reconcile those two conflicting issues?
Okay. The amount that was supposed to go to government took it from our own account. So if you want to know whether the money was sent to government or not on that date, we need to come to you and show you our CBN account for that day to show that the money was actually debited, the 165 million.
Yeah, that is the problem. So that means you have separate account. There is an account, an amount of money with Access Bank.
Oh yes, we have different accounts. We have account with Access Bank, we have account with CBN.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So
What money went from CBN account?
that means they are sweeping two accounts at the same time, at different times.
They swept from CBN account from what the CFO has informed me.
Yes.
So this sweeping was from CBN account.
Yes.
So this
And what
account,
of the other one with Access Bank?
it means that somebody has money in two accounts. Somebody that is supposed to take the money, took the money from the account that was very convenient for them. They took it from the other account. I still have money here.
Yeah, that what happened later with the amount.
That becomes our money because they've taken the money that they're supposed to have taken from
Yes.
another account.
Yes. So what happened to it? The other,
Which one?
do you now transfer the other one to your own account?
No. The
Sir,
CFO explained.
let me explain, sir. It's very clear. Look at the last page that you are referring to. The Access Bank, sir. I will show you something there. Okay, sir. We were referring to two transfer. If you look at the description of that transfer, 38, sir, you see RTGS is an interbank platform. The second to the last, the 27, sir. 27. The 38429. The 38429. Sir, you will see the description of the transaction. RTGS BOI/BOI. What it means is that it moves from BOI account to another BOI account. Every bank has current account with CBN or bank, whether Deposit Money Bank or DFI, because that is operating account. When the TSA was about to be implemented, the Auditor General can attest to this. The CBN took the balances from banks or the balances that they have and debited the current account. It took some months for us to begin to move those funds and reconcile our records. That's why you will see in the two transactions we're talking about, you will see BOI/BOI, BOI to BOI.
Chairman, these things are simple. You transfer 160 through which that amount was transferred. Show us. Very simple. how you now transferred back to your own account from which CBN deducted this 165. Show us. It's a matter of documentary evidence.
Sir, we can give you the CBN statements.
Transaction where you transferred the 165. You said CBN debited your account with them with 165.
Yeah.
How did they arrive at that 165 from your account with them? Why didn't they debit the whole of that balance in your account with them? How did they arrive at 165? Because they were supposed to debit your account with Access Bank, not your account with them. It was the account with commercial banks that was transferred to TSA with CBN. So how did they arrive at that 165 if they didn't know the figure, if they didn't know of your account with Access Bank?
Okay, thank you very much. List of banks, the deposit with of parastatals with various banks. When debit is about to be done, CBN cannot debit current account of any bank because each bank has its own system. This account is in the system of that bank. It's not exposed to CBN. What CBN will do, or what they did as at that time, was to hit the current account of each bank with the amount. They already have a schedule. They have the information. And that was exactly what was done. The information is very simple, like Honorable Member said. Is a clean, very clear information. We will bring a copy of all money transfer because as at that time, they sum it up and hit a single balance.
No.
We will bring it.
Just hold on. You see, what you said was they debited your account with them in October.
Yes. Yes.
By that October, you didn't have a balance of 165 million. Your balance was not 165 million. So how did they arrive at, including the interest that you earned later, that was added to it, how did they arrive at that figure for them to have debited your account with 165 million?
Remember, let me just put it like, if CBN asks you, for instance, how much are you holding on behalf of parastatals, they get this report. So it is that report CBN used.
As at 30th October, you are not holding 165 because 165 includes interest that you earn after 30th of October.
Sir, we wanted us to bring you statement of CBN showing how much was debited. We can provide that. That's not the problem.
And before you provide that, we still need these clarifications made. Now,
Which one?
The specific sum
Yes.
out of the whole. How did they arrive at that specific sum? Since they are not debiting the account where that amount is. That's the first question. Two, you also took us to the account statement here and tried to convince us that you actually transferred from this statement before us.
That was not correct. They have just corrected me that this account, this transfer to this account.
Now,
No, I'm trying to let the chairman know that.
let him land first. You can let him.
MD, I'm the chairman of the committee.
With all due respect, sir.
So, until I recognize you, just hold your gunpowder. Now, thank God you are saying that that is not correct. We'll give you opportunity to correct it. Because the evidence you gave before us was that you transferred from this account. And you gave us 2 instances that we should add them. They will come up to the amount, including interest of 2.something million.
That was his
Which
first
was what aroused our own curiosity. Right? Now there are still debits here, which indicates transfer to TSA here in this account, including the 2 you identified. Now, if you are saying that CBN took from another account, not this account, what was the essence of these other debits to TSA in this account?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. From what the BOI, simply it was money moved from account of Access Bank to another account of BOI. So this was money paying ourselves back. He has corrected me by saying that the actual debit actually went from our account in CBN.
So in essence, all the debits of BOI to BOI are from the TSA,
From Access Bank account to another account
to your own account.
Exactly.
Chairman, there is another point. As at 30th October, when this transfer was made, the balance, according to him, in the balance he has in asset bank account, which is supposed to have said that he has given report to CBN, is 169. But as at that time, the money in asset bank is not up to 165. The question they asked, how can you reconcile it?
How did they get this figure?
With them. As at the time they were doing, they were operating, it was Remita. And Remita recognized current account to hit. It does not hit any. So, where they how they identify it is, we have our records of disbursement and collection. That is the sources of the fund and the application of these funds. To answer the question,
one question adds to it. Now you are operating two accounts, investment account and the current current account. You had explained that to us, that you lodge this money here, you put it in the investment account to yield interest, and at the close of every month, after you recognize your interest, you pull it back. That is why we are seeing that lodgement. You take it back to the investment account. So there are two accounts you are operating. So in which of the accounts did CBN pick this balance? Since at the same time you are operating two investment account and the current account, where because you are pulling back according to need, according to the way people you are paying, and according to the interest you are getting. So where did they pick this balance from? Don't talk to us as if we all know this.
okay, sir.
I'm sorry, right now, before you answer, Mr. Chairman, you said you have a dedicated account for your win, and people at the general also help. Do you have the right now to move money from that account to your investment account? And when you move, what time do you decide on your own to, if you win, ask you to pay from the ministry, ask you to pay the money, and the interest is not right by then, would you move back? Because we can see you keep moving, as Honorable Ogubright said. You give, and the interest, what are you using the interest for? Who was the interest? And I think what happened was, because when TSA came in today, CBN just went straight into one of their accounts and bump up that 160 whatever. You yourself doesn't even know which account. And it's not your win account they actually took that money from. Because if it's a you win account, it will be shown clearly on your statement. And Mr. General, is it right for them when you have a dedicated account for you win and they're now moving the sum into their investment, the capital, the interest, what are you using that interest for? And how much the interest? We need to know.
Who approved that?
Clear answers to questions. Honorable Gogo raised an issue which Rahman also corroborated. In fact, he even raised it first. If you go to your statement, as at the end of October 2015, your current account statement, the balance was 37,928 naira 11 kobo. At the end of October 2015. Now, if you take it even up to November, when the money you invested got matured, including the interest, when it dropped in October, it was 128,538. And you're also telling us that the amount that was taken in October by CBN was 165, which is over and above the total amount in the account, including the interest as at that time. That's why we're still querying. Why the disparity? Where the difference come from?
Sir, thank you very much. We get funds from a third party because we have various funds. The standard says we must not mix the money with our money. But the money usually comes through CBN. And the only account we have is CBN current account. So all monies, whether our own or third party, must pass through CBN account because that is the source of funding. Now, when we get the money is still on our current account. what the standard make us to do is to create that fund as an entity. What entity means is, the entity must have its own current account, so that if the man is getting income, the income goes to him. If he's paying cost, he pays it. If he's disbursing, he disburses through that. That is operational. That is exactly what we have done to open this account with Access Bank. It's mainly for operations. Now, that is to clarify the difference between this current account and the current account with CBN. However, when they moved the first fund, that 165, it was not this account that was impacted, because they didn't collect current account of Parastatal before they did it. What was done was they have the value, they debited the current account. You just wake up the next morning and you see a debit of some billion naira in your current account, and you begin to probe, why was this? Meanwhile, sir, whether this account have the balance, because the reason why this account will not have these balances is because fund move from this to investment account. Now let me go back to the concept of the investment in banking. In a bank, sir, when you give instruction to a bank that you want to invest in fixed deposit, it's not.
Chairman, honorable colleagues have actually asked you some questions, straightforward questions.
Yes, sir.
Don't lecture us. We are not here for lectures. Move from, is it your investment account or the you win account? Very simple.
BOI current account, sir, with CBN.
Arrive at that 165.
Okay, we arrive at the 165 by deducting all 80 and adding back to it all interest earned.
In this account?
Yes.
In this account?
Yes, sir.
But it's not showing here.
It's yes, sir. It's yes, sir.
No, in your access account.
No, it's not going. The
It's not going to show in access account.
Chairman, sir.
You cannot relate this account with this. I have said this statement before, sir.
No, we don't.
No, wait. What you said, let me tell you, what you said is that, okay, let me just finish it. I will conclude now. Of 22,500,000 for each beneficiary is on the access account you gave us. And that is, see, 22,500,000. This is it. Come down here, you see 6,309,201. This is it. It's still on the access account. So what you are saying should tally with what is here. That's what I'm telling you. It's nothing personal, please.
No,
I just wanted to let you know that what you are saying, MD, 1 minute. What you're saying is, because we have 22 million here, is on your back statement. We have 6 million here, it's on your back statement. So it should be going like that. They should tally. So why you now say 165? It's not, it's here, it is here and not here. Then it is wrong.
Honorable member, he said as soon as the money came in. Honorable members,
Address the chairman. Address the chairman and only the chairman.
Honorable Chairman, we are talking about 3 accounts here. There is the CBN account or Bank of Industry. That was the account where the funds came in. From that account, another account was opened for this particular fund at Access Bank. The third account that you are not seeing here is that the account at Access Bank, funds were taken from it and placed on deposit when the funds were not needed. So we are talking of 3 accounts here. To answer the question that the honorable member asked, so if you want to know exactly the amount of cost.
Let him conclude.
So if you want to know exactly how much is the balance on a particular day, because for instance, if CBN swept that particular money on a particular day, you will not see in that account of Access Bank what we have in deposit. CBN had an idea of how much money we should have as a balance on that year's account because they know that was what they swept. So CBN will sweep the money and we still have money in deposit. And we will wait for the money to mature before we bring it back. That will explain the differences between what he was seeing in Access Bank account and the difference in the amount that CBN took.
Our questions directly. Two questions. One was raised by my colleague on the investment, you win investment that you gave us here is reading 700 million. And the bank statement of lodgement of the win account is 780 million. You have not accounted for the difference of 80 million. That's number one. Number two, sir, assuming without conceding, you paid 165 million to the central bank. If you look at page 26 of 28, your first payment, which was withdrawal, which was 129,483,028.47, and the second one you also made on page 27 of 28, 38,429,420.67. If you add these two together, assuming without considering that the CBN supposedly knows what should be the balance in that account that they are going to deduct, if you add these two monies together, Mr. MD, the summation of it is 167,912,450 naira 14 kobo. Now you have gone ahead to say that you remitted 456,846 naira 17 kobo. Can you explain the knowledge of the Central Bank of Nigeria?
In addition, please.
Yes, vis-a-vis the deduction that was made and the summation of what you actually withdrew to pay into as payment made into that account to CBN. Because these are three different issues that you made a payment of 167,912, and you are saying that what the central bank took was 165. Can you now tell us how do you reconcile the knowledge of CBN of what they are supposed to take, what you actually paid, and what you are assuming that was paid? Because these are three different issues, all contradicting themselves. So if you are able to tell us this, then I think we can move forward.
The statement you made, which you said was not correct, so I will advise that you track that statement properly on record, then you can make your reply. So I will go.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman. MD, please, can we go to the win investment statement? The win investment statement, please. Clearly, you got 780 and you invested 700 million in the investment account. And if you look at page 2 of it, and there all the interest, in fact, the maturity date, everything is stated in the investment account. Now go to page 2 of it. Item 31, serial number 31. Serial number 31. It's a closing balance, page 2 of the win statement.
Okay.
Are we together, sir?
Yeah.
Now, what's it for you? Are we together?
Yeah.
On serial number 31, you have a closing balance upon maturity of 127,311, 376.89. Am I right, sir?
Yes.
Note it. Then go to the last page. Go to the last page. The very last item, serial number 1. Where you have all call placements merged. You have the figure, balance at maturity, 38,145, 469.29. Am I right, sir?
469, 456.
The last page of that statement.
469.
469.29.
You're talking of
I'm still talking of the investment statement.
Okay, one second, yeah, yes, sir.
38,145,469.29. And the summation of what the first item, that is number 31 on page 2, and this closing figure at maturity of is responsible for the 165, 456, 846.17. Am I correct, sir?
Well, it looks like I'm not a calculator.
No, let him calculate. That's calculator there.
Mr. Chairman.
I beg wait.
Allow me, let's join the premises to ask him. Allow him to on the premise.
Africa. And that is the figure we transfer to TSC. That is the figure we transfer to TSC.
Yes.
Where is the 80 million?
Which 80 million?
You are giving 780 million. What we have accounted for here is investment of 700 million. Where is the 80 million?
Respond to is the issue of the account from where the TSA money was taken. Based on the correction from the CFO, the money was not transferred from the Access Bank account. It was taken from our CBN account. Now, the figures are added together when the chairman asked me the original question. From the definition from the CFO, this is showing RTGS, BOI. This is actually referring to BOI based on money CBN already took from our CBN account. So that clarifies what the chairman already asked us originally. Now, the other question that was asked had to do with the differences in the how the CBN get their balance. Like we said, CBN normally has an idea. They are scheduled to prepare for CBN. They have an idea of how much money was due on this account.
And the Honorable has cleared that which you agreed with him. You have shown us where they got the balance from your statements.
Yes,
Which you
this
also
one.
agreed, which you computed and agreed with.
Yes, 700 million naira.
Yes.
It's not asking for 80 million naira.
Yes.
Now, you cannot use this particular list in isolation because no withdrawals took place from this account except it's authorized by Ministry of Finance. So to look at this account, you have to look at everything that has the schedule of all the monies plus all the disbursements.
We look at the document.
Sure, where the 80 million is.
Let's simplify it. Now, what you have admitted, we'll come back to that, but what you have admitted is that you got 780 million.
Yes.
Now, you gave us a statement of your investment. From this statement of investment, what you invested was 700 million. We have now seen that CBN swept the balance in that account, and we have identified where they got the balance from this your 700 million statement, as against 780. So the question is, where is that 80 million? Is that 80 million in your investment account, or is that in your outside your Access Bank account, or is it the money that you use in continuing transaction after the CBN deducted the money? So, I mean, just to make it clear.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a schedule here of from 780 million, how the money was disbursed, and how we got the balance, which is part of the document we submitted to you. Starting from 780, and all disbursements, plus names of those that got the money.
Now, this document you are relying on, from your other statement, cannot be correct.
Why, sir?
Now, I will identify to you your balances based on 700 million. Based on 700 million. The one you are asking us to rely on is 780 million, and you arrived at the same balance with your statement of 700 million. How possible is that?
Document that, okay, let me go back to the investment schedule. The 165 was the liquid money that CBN can take, as at the time they were collecting TSC. That was unspent money. the money that was not spent. This document, sir, this one that we're referring to, is telling us about how that money, the difference between 165, the difference between 165 and 780. 780 was collected. 165 was the balance that they took, will return back to CBN. The difference are the names that are shown here.
We want the money, not names. The difference of 80 million is what we are asking of.
Mr. Chairman, these names had money.
Let me also make it
the
clear.
ones with the ones
MD, look, we are not persecutors, right? We are working with an account of 780, had a balance over and above this 165 by 80 million. We wouldn't have bothered. But it becomes curious when you have two accounts. One, you say is for 780. The other one is for 700. And both of them, the balance is the same, 165. Something must be wrong somewhere.
Distinguished Chairman, when fund came into our current account, that was my statement, that we opened a current account for it and we put all the money in that current account. And that we will not, as a fund manager, we will not leave unused money in this current account. So, from time to time, we invested on unused money, which was what eventually we have as our investment of 165. From time to time, the one we used has gone out. The unused is invested. The investable part of the money is what we accounted for in our investment schedule, and that was transferred to CBN. Now, the uninvested, the unused, the used one now, which is the difference between 165 and 780, we accounted for it in this document, sir, and that shows the name of the beneficiary. This name is in the office of Accountant General, because the originator of this name is Ministry of Finance. So it's something we can verify.
Mr. Chairman. Start from the response. Your response in the audit query, in which you clearly stated that you transferred on the 20th October 2015 the sum of 165 million to the TSA account. And also in your statement, your office statement, by 19 October 2015, you have a total balance of 38,145,469.29 kobo. That is on the 19th. And by 20th, you are able to transfer more than 165 million in that same account. And when you go back to your Access Bank account, I cannot locate any transaction on the 20th October 2015, particularly the one relating to that amount. In your response, you said you have transferred more than 165 million to TSA account on the 20th October. The same thing you admitted in your own documents, but as of 19th October, there was a balance of only 38 million according to your statement, according to the document you provided here. There is no record of money coming in on that same 19th that will enable you to transfer 165 million the next day, which is 20. And still in your statement of account, which page 26, also there is no transaction on the 20th October making to that reference. MD, why are your documents contradicting itself? Are you trying to mislead the committee, or are you doing it intentionally, or it wasn't intentional? Thank you.
In general, might actually be wrong with activities in POI. Mr. Chairman, legislative hours are very expensive. Very, very expensive. Mr. Chairman, it is therefore my humble application that Bank of Industry be placed on status inquiry so that they interface with a subcommittee and we get definitely to the root of issues or detailed issues as it concerns the bank. Mr. Chairman, that is my application.
Thank you. MD, so can you refer to this, this your page? Can you check it, please? Yeah, that one. Yes.
Beneficiary?
Yeah, beneficiary. You said when you want to pay, you pay, the ministry will give you an instruction and you have a chunk of money and you pay in batches. And these are the names of beneficiaries. Now go to the first page. The last name. 17 August 12, Umana, you win beneficiary, you. It said 960,000 paid out of 38 million. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Now go to your bank statement. Access bank statement. The second page.
Yes.
When you have the 38,475,244. Immediately under, you will see from BOI Limited to Bambita Flour, you win 960.
Yes.
After that one, there is another 1,666,000. When you go to the other page, you will now see 101,666,000 paid out of same 38 million. Why is that, please?
That the money that we pay from current accounts are paid in batches.
Yeah.
That was my statement.
Yeah.
If you look at, it's not only applicable to the batch you are talking about. All the batches of 22500, the first page, sir, 22500 that was debited into this account as withdrawal. You will see there are about how many transactions, 1, 2, 3. If you look at all those, there are 22500 that was paid out of.
And that's what I'm getting here.
The answer to that is, in this we are accounting for this as on it. We want to identify the customer by customer who collected the money, because that is the ultimate goal in our book. If we're looking at this record, we can only see the bulk amount that left the account. So, in order to account properly,
CFO.
Yes, sir.
Wait, let me tell you. You see, you don't understand what I'm saying. We are saying almost same.
yes, sir.
Now go down. The 38,475,000, we have the beneficiaries listed. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Go to your bank statement. That's what I'm saying. Go to your bank statement. The second page of your Access bank statement.
Yes, sir.
The second line, which says transfer, transfer of fund to UWIN BOI 1708-2012. 38,475,000 and the other nairas. Immediately after, the two items immediately after, one read, transfer from BOI to Bonvita Flowers, UWIN 960. The other one, from BOI Limited to Mora Farms, 1,666,000. Now go back to the list of your beneficiaries. It shows here, the last page, the last item on the first page, it shows same beneficiary stated that 960,000 paid out of that 38 million. Second page, it says that 1.6 million paid out of 38 million. Why you are paying in batches? Why is those ones different? I think that one can lead us to the 80 million my honorable colleagues is actually looking for. Yes, because it's not explained. We can explain clearly. Let's see.
if we relate it back to the one of, and this one was 17th of August.
Yeah.
If we relate it back to the one on the Access Bank, the name is Banvita Flour. I will believe that they are not the same.
So why is that one not stated in your beneficiary list
On the same date.
on the same date? Why?
Well, I can assume what happened.
Chairman,
No.
Okay.
Sir, okay, maybe
Off your mic, please.
Okay,
Off
sir.
your mic, 1 minute.
No, I-
Pointing those things to you. And the second one, let me now show you. You say who is not, see, they say something Clement you win. Go back, keep going on that line. You see stroke CACC, stroke CQ004, and there is something like man. Now go to your bank statement. That man, the completion of that man is on your bank statement. And that man is Manora Farms. And you said you took it out of the 34 million. And again, on a separate payment on your Access Bank, it's been paid. Honorable Gogo, I think your 80 million, we are getting it much more.
Going through these figures, I was busy going 530 something million. So if you add the 165, it's still coming to about 700. When you add the 700 and something, or we add interest. So I think I will support the status inquiry so that we will sit down with you and go through this document. I'm sure MD is new. He has not gone through all this. Because just flagging this thing is here. I've gone through it. And the result is not seeming to be too different. The 80 is still hanging.
we are too busy.
So we may really need to sit with you.
He said, it's part of the document we gave.
No, we have not seen. I'm
That is the same document honorable member has told you that is calculated and it is still within the 700 million, not 780.
700 plus the interest.
And it's the same document. While you say you pay from lump sum and you still pay individuals. And you say there's a document. MD, you are telling much.
Honorable members, let's make progress. Now, the second link. Auditor General, your query is for 2.7. Your query, this query B, is for a total sum of 2.770. 74,821. 2,770,074,821 naira. And they said what they received was 780 million. So please can you look at your file and confirm to us?
According to our working tools, this file, you win is 2.2 billion 770 million 74,821. That's the amount for you win. Because based on our distance, it was noted that Office of the General of the Federation maintained Office of Accountant General of the Federation maintained and operated your win account totaling 2.7 billion with your bank, that is Bank of Industry. See Appendix 11 of our document.
Just see the appendix. It's in the office of the accountant general, but BOI was credited for 780 million. Okay, 2.770,74,821. That was disbursed for you win. However, on further inquiry, we are not convinced on the proper utilization of the sum of 780 million that was obtained or that was credited to BOI. In the circumstance, we cannot conclude with this query because we require further evidence to clarify the issues that are outstanding. We will actually furnish us with evidence of the transfer of 165,456,846.17 from the fund of UMI to the TSA. We also ask that you furnish us with the sum disbursed from the 780 million and all the interest earned up to date, since the account is still running. We will require the list of beneficiaries and their details to enable us to contact them where necessary. The list of beneficiaries and their details, which we are sure you have. We also want the statement of investment and or certificates, because perhaps there are no statement of accounts, but the certificates of investment that was made covering the sum of all the total investments made by you from the 7-8. Again, considering the apparent inconsistencies, particularly in the document before us, the statement of account, the list of beneficiaries, and the win investment statement, we will place the BOI on status inquiry. Communication will be made to you by the Secretariat, and you will be given the requirements for the status inquiry. The query is hereby stepped down.